The Lost Cryptids Conservatory, where we will shatter your reality to bring you closer to the truth.
All right, guys, welcome to another live show. We have an awesome guest today, Shannon Rogers. She's the founder and creator of the Eastern Kentucky Bigfoot Field Research Team. Oh man, that was a mouthful a little bit.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well.
Awesome. We got our another co-host, Chad, coming on right about now, and so Shannon, what got you started in this whole Bigfoot subject, and what made you form this group?
Well, growing up in Eastern Kentucky, I mean, pretty much everybody knows the story of Bigfoot or like some kind of creature. But like my grandpa, his family, that's kind of like it's been passed down. But back then they were called Hanks. That's what they called them. But I didn't really per se believe or anything in Bigfoot until my first encounter was when I was 7. I was really young, but I don't think it really set in until the second encounter, I think.
Right, being that young, that's pretty, and seeing something like that, it might not register right away. So,
yeah.
Why did they call them Hanks, anyways? What?
I mean, this was before like the whole name Bigfoot even came out. So,
right.
This was like the, I guess, the eastern part of the U.S. at the time. That's what they called them.
Okay, that's awesome. So, what happened in your second encounter, and what made it click?
Well, in the second one, I was coming back from school, and okay, so there's a little creek thingy. I don't know what it's called. It's not a creek. It's bigger than a creek, but it's not like a river either. I don't know. Is there something in the middle of that?
A stream, maybe.
Stream? I guess. I don't know.
We call them creeks and stuff. Creeks and streams.
Some rivers are smaller than some creeks, so you know.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's medium-sized waterway right here. It was bent down in the creek or stream, whatever you want to call it. And it was like, do you know, like the classic squat? I wish I could show you this. Oh my God. I can't. It's like oh my God. It's like a hunch down is what it was doing. And it was in the water.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Blake is very familiar with that hunch down thing. He's seen it multiple times since I've known him.
Yeah, it's been probably. So what So it was in the river or creek,
Yeah,
bent over. Was it drinking or anything? Do you know?
like it was facing kind of towards the road, but um it wasn't. It was positioned weird, so I really couldn't tell, but it kind of looked like it was maybe getting like mussels, maybe, or something like
Okay.
that. I couldn't really tell because it was a car encounter, and this was at, I think, I don't know the exact time, but I think it was like maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 at night or in the
Okay.
evening. So that was the second one.
What made it click as a Bigfoot opposed to like a bear?
I was like, well, I just saw that again because like I'm familiar with bear and I'm familiar with deer. I mean, I grew up hunting, so
Okay.
like but I knew I've saw something like that before. That's when it clicked. I was like, oh, they're real. Like actually,
Yeah. Wow.
that wasn't like when I was little. I guess I didn't make it up because I've saw that before. So
Right, being so young and stuff, I'm sure you told your parents, and did they believe you or did they dismiss it?
oh no, they believe me. My mom had encounters at that same location,
Wow.
but like where I was so young, it really didn't click like, oh, it's like they're actual creatures.
Do you recall any of your mother's encounters she had? Oh my gosh, beautiful dog. Do you recall
Yeah.
any of your encounters, the encounters that your mother had that she told you about? That's
Yeah,
great.
there was one. This was at the first place, the first encounter I had. Um, me and her was on the back of the porch, and we heard a scream, like it was like a kind of like a woman scream, but not. But it wasn't like an owl or anything. Like it kind of sounded like a coyote owl type of sound, and then like let's see, like we had a lot of encounters at that house. Like it's in the head of pretty much ahead of a holler in Kentucky at a farmhouse. And like we had so many, I don't know. There's one time actually, I'm pretty sure it came up onto the porch, whatever it was.
Wow.
And then
So
after yeah, well, you can go.
no, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It
This,
happens a lot. Sometimes there's a small delay on StreamYard's part.
uh,
You said it come onto the porch. Did you hear the porch creaking and stuff?
uh, no, but we heard like the knocks and like the bangs on the house. So this was like an old time farmhouse.
Okay.
He's like digging. Hold on. But my dad built a porch onto the house. I'm sorry. He's
Cute dog. Cute.
Yeah, let him get in there. Yeah. Hi, Pooh. What's his
Yeah.
name?
his name's Keenon.
Hi,
Nice.
Keon.
Lord. He's a American pit bull.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he's spoiled. But what was I saying again? Oh my god.
Your dad just built the porch around the house,
Oh
the
yeah,
old farmhouse.
he built the porch on the back because it was stone, and then it had like the old type, like old wood, like the white wood or whatever that's on the houses. You know,
Ladder
like
type.
the old barn type wood that's like on the old houses. Not like the newer ones, but like
You're talking about wood shingles, like wood siding.
Yeah.
Those are pretty unique, actually, how they're made and stuff. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, like we had a lot of stuff like that happen, and then there was like this glass in the back. Oh,
We love it.
Yeah, they must know you're live or something.
They're like,
oh.
Mama, put me on TV.
Lord, he's killing me.
Awesome.
But there was also a glass that you could see straight out the window, and you could see the way this was made was there's a hill on the other side of the house, and then there's one on the other. So my first encounter, I saw it out the window in my bedroom at the time, and it was going down the hill. Like, I wish I could paint this out and like show you, because I'm horrible at explaining.
Paint it.
No, you're doing good. You're doing great.
Paint it.
Yeah, you might. There is some software and stuff you could render the image and painting and stuff. And but Kentucky is a very awesome state. It's a lot of ridges and hollers and creeks and springs, caves.
Karst.
Yeah.
Your favorite word. Like
Karst topography, yes. They have Mammoth Cave, which is they don't know how deep it goes. It could be hundreds of miles or more.
The waterfalls they have. I mean,
Yeah.
even as little as they are, they're like spring fed. They're waterfalls all over Kentucky. The foothills, man, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of reports down there too. So what got you started in the research aspect of it, and how old were you then?
Research aspect of it would be, let's see. First, it started out just like watching Doctor Quest, like the OG shows and stuff, just getting me interested in it. And then it kind of built up to me researching. Like, see, my thing is, I believe in the Gigantopithecus theory.
Okay.
That's what I believe it is.
What is the Gigantopithecus theory?
So that theory is, do you know Beringia, the land bridge that came over from China into Alaska?
Yes.
So Gigantopithecus was was like a ape type thingy. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
He's getting me.
Come here. So other dogs, come here. Get over here now.
Time to show the dogs off.
Clean it. It's a doggy show. Get over here, you naughty boy.
Forrest is always the bad boy.
Okay, now Pangea and the land bridge. I'm really interested in what you have to say.
So during the same time, Gigantopithecus was in Asia, but it was supposedly went extinct during the same time that like mammoths. So this was about 10,000 years ago. This is about the same time that Native Americans traveled over here on the land bridge and came down. So it falls right into the same category, I believe, because I don't believe that just a certain animal went extinct out of nowhere, but we still have encounters all over the whole world pretty much. So, but not considered Gigantopithecus. But
right, and a lot of people believe that theory. It's the same size, and we do. I believe they do think that it came in contact with humans and stuff. So, and there's reports of like the Hobbit, Floriensis. It was in Indonesia. So there are records of few things that fit and stuff. I know Dennis Owens is a new one that they're thinking might be it's more Sasquatch than a humanoid. But so in your encounters and stuff, it's been more like ape-like and stuff. Have you ever heard any type of speech or talking or anything?
No, all of mine, it's been more of just the screams and like the yells and stuff. And I have heard like the grunting and um I guess sort of like chatting, but not like we've all watched the videos of the like the talking or whatever, but it wasn't like that.
Samurai chatter.
Yeah. It wasn't like that though. It was more of like a lower tone. So
Have you ever done any type of habituation? Do you have any group that you seem familiar with and that you try to communicate with through habituation?
no. So my research is more of the just going out in the field and looking and just researching what the area is and if I find prints and things like that. Sorry.
That's great. He just wants a little
No,
show
Boris, that's not your squeaky toy. Lay.
So they seem pretty vocal and stuff in Kentucky. If you hear a lot of screamings and stuff, have you determined if you've ever seen like a female or males or anything or any juveniles? Do you know of like a approximate population of the area you're in or an estimate, I guess?
So my theory is so one county, I believe they cross over into one county into another using the I don't want to use the area, but the certain park that is there. Because everybody in my area that comes to me says they have had sightings, right? Sorry, guys. They've had sightings almost in the exact same area, in the same part of the county. So, I believe.
Question. Are there any power lines?
What was that?
Are there any power lines in the area?
Yes. We got power lines all over the place. So
in the areas that you run into this, are there power lines nearby?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like they're covered all over this part of Kentucky. So honestly, I think that theory of the following the power lines, I think that is probably very valid because other witnesses that's talked to me has said pretty much the same thing, that they might, like a lot of their encounters was at the power lines or near an area of that.
Do you have you heard about like the woo side of it? Like they may be feeding off the electricity or absorbing it somehow, or
well, I mean,
with the how they can shut off cameras or drain batteries and stuff. Some people think that they're using the electricity and somehow absorbing it and just putting it on stuff. And do you agree with any of that, or do you think about any of that stuff?
Well, I don't necessarily believe that, but I have heard about it. I think they use it just as travel markers because in those areas, that's pretty much, they've already cut all those trees down and that's pretty much all flat ground right there where the power lines and stuff are.
Yeah, easy travel route and stuff. Have you experienced any of the woo side? Do you believe any of the woo side? Do you think maybe there's other stuff out there doing that?
Personally, I don't, on the topic of Sasquatch or Bigfoot. But I do believe in ghosts and aliens and stuff. But that's on a different topic.
Okay, right.
Can't wait for that show. That'll be an awesome.
We'll get into that a little bit at the end if you want. You've experienced UFOs and ghosts and stuff?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that at the end. So you get out there and you started researching stuff. What made you create your Facebook group and your team, the Eastern Kentucky Bigfoot Field Research Team?
Well, I've I had a lot of people like I was in contact with prior to it, but I never had like a group where I could actually go and post my findings to. Most of mine was just through my main account. So I figured I might as well make a account and make a group about it so other people can find my research and my group's research. So
Awesome.
Yeah, that's and it's a great group too. I've been in it for a while. And you're always posting stuff in there, and that's actually how I came across you. And so, yeah, and it's awesome to showcase, not people who are not well known, just starting out, or who need a little bit more boost. And I think you're a prime example of some people need to check some of your stuff out and help promote your group and get your name out there a little bit and stuff. I know you got some future plans and stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about them, but
yeah, I mean, I can go ahead and talk about it if you want.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Yes, we want.
Okay, so my group, well, we plan on hosting a event over at Cave Run. That's towards Moorhead. I don't know if you guys do you know where that's at?
No, but tell us more
Google
about
it.
the event. We'll find the direction, so we'll just put it in our GPS. I want to know about the event.
Okay, so I haven't got the details down completely, but I know that we are going to be hosting something. I don't know if it's either going to be a conference type or if it is going to be just a little get together thingy, like just a little camp out thing
A
for
research.
the first one. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm in. Only in Kentucky. I think we're like less than 10 hours away. Like, I think we can manage that.
And the area is it's a hot spot. I have found I haven't got to go out as much as I want to, but I found a very large print in one of the areas that I was at, and I think we could have a lot of good encounters there. So
yeah, that's awesome. Kentucky's a pretty hot state. I know there's a lot of research and evidence being collected out of Kentucky and stuff, and yeah, you always hear about the cave systems and the ridges, and I believe was it Daniel Boone who might have shot one? Was that in Kentucky, or I mean, it was around there, I believe.
probably.
It was in the Appalachian.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yeah. But I believe, he definitely was hunting that state heavily. So, driving through it on the way to Florida for the 168 Bigfoot Odyssey documentary, it was pretty awesome. Once you drive into Kentucky, and the whole landscape changes. It was amazing to see how these small towns on these ridges that are, in the middle of nowhere, it seems like. So
up on a giant hill and there's a house up there. It's like, man, what do they do in the winter? How do they get up there?
It's prime habitat, though. I mean, the ridges alone, the cave systems, and the springs and water. I mean, it's a really good ecosystem for them.
Yeah, do you mind if I say the counties or
whatever you want to do?
So, Johnson County is hot, hot, hot. That's actually where both of mine were at. But like, I'm not even joking. Like, I've had a lot of encounters come out of Johnson and Floyd counties in Kentucky. Like, that area right there it's unbelievable at the stuff that's coming out. And most of these people, they won't come out and talk about it in this area, anyways. Like, a lot of people around here have saw stuff, but they won't come out and talk about it.
You're more like a rural, right? You're not like in the big city, so they're pretty close knit and not
Yeah.
talkative, especially to strangers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A question though, Shannon. Why do you think the people don't talk about it? The people that experience it, why do you think they don't talk about it?
I think mostly it's because people are afraid, in my opinion.
What are they afraid of?
Pretty much, I guess the lore behind it is the only thing I can think about, or getting thought of as crazy or something like that. I mean, I'm full blunt about it, so I mean, I don't really care. On my interview for Miss Kentucky, I was talking all about Bigfoot on there, and I'm like, they're going to think I'm crazy. But I really don't care. I'm blunt about it.
So now we all know there's Bigfoot in more than just Kentucky. Like we
Yeah.
have very good places here in Michigan, and we're like locking down and figuring out areas and things like that. So they are all over the country. What is your opinion on that, Shannon? I mean, they're not. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. But I believe it's more in the areas with, you know, the wooded areas. Not, I feel like there's less in more populated areas like the cities and stuff.
What if I told you that my best areas are in highly populated areas in the thickest of things next to power lines, dumps, and a clean river? But they're right there. Those are my most active areas. What would you think?
I'd,
if I told
I'd
you?
probably agree with that, as long as you have enough resources for them to survive.
With just water, cover, food source is basically
Yeah.
all they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Michigan, we have a lot of reports right up next to suburbs, big cities, even in Detroit itself, actually. I think modern people are just unaware, it's totally oblivious to Sasquatch, Bigfoot, it being in your backyard in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking Bigfoot
Yeah.
right there. So it's almost like the perfect scenario where no one's really looking for him. And if you did see him, you might just think it's a really huge guy, trespassing.
Actually, I have a really good story for this. It's not about Bigfoot, but it's just, so we were in Tennessee, and we were at the Cave Cove, or I don't remember what it's called, but it's their little thing over in Gatlinburg. Like it's part of the Smoky Mountains. But there was a black bear, literally not even maybe 2 foot from a whole group of people, and they did not see it. They was walking right by it. And I was
Wow,
like,
I definitely can believe that.
and I like, they did not see it, and they was literally that close to it.
Shannon, I can sit in the woods 5 feet from the trail, and people walk by me all day long and not even
Yep.
know.
I've done it myself, actually. You think when you're actually walking in the woods, in the woods and not on the trail, that people would hear you. I've walked and stopped, and all of a sudden there's people on the trail. They never noticed me. It was, I was hunting and stuff, of course, squirrel hunting, but I was wearing orange and they didn't see me, and I wasn't
Yeah.
that far away. So it really made me think, like, wow, these things really have the advantage. Have you heard, or do you believe in any of the hair that could like diffuse light and stuff, that translucent possibly hair?
I've
Achromatic.
whenever I was at one of the oh my god, one of the conferences, a woman was showing me something she made that was it would make it blend in. So I think that's a possibility. So, I mean, I'm open to that possibility of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kentucky. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, a lot of animals, rabbits, copperheads, they all blend in with the surroundings. So, I mean, if other animals can do it, why can't a Bigfoot?
And even more, especially if
We
they're
can do it. So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know,
if they've evolved to basically do that 24/7 at everything. I mean, they're definitely above intelligence than a bear or raccoon. So,
Yeah.
I was gonna say a little going off course from the Bigfoot subject. I know Kentucky has a lot of dogman reports. Have you ever encountered or heard any reports of dogman in the areas you research?
I personally haven't, but one of my good friends, he does a lot of research down where he's at, and he's in the lower part of Kentucky. But personally, I haven't. But I have saw like cougars and mountain lions and stuff, and they say they don't exist here anymore. So
I was gonna say they're not supposed to be in Kentucky.
like
You
I
said you've seen
personally
a
saw
few of
them.
them. Wow.
I
Are
haven't.
they pretty big? How
Yeah.
big was? Okay, so they're actually pretty big there too.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Like I think it was a black panther. Is it a panther? That's
Well,
it. What
there's
Black Panther? Yeah.
there is
Cougar,
no
panther, they're the same thing.
there
Okay.
is no such thing as a black cougar or mountain lion. The
But
only
they're
black
still
big
the same thing.
a jaguar could be black from South America, but there's no documented reports of any mountain lion or cougar ever being black.
Well, the one I saw was black, so I don't really know what
That's
exactly
awesome.
it was.
Well, there's reports. There's definitely reports. So what did you see? Take us through.
For this, it literally ran right by my house. Like we was sitting on the porch, and this is also in Johnson County. And literally all my stuff has happened in Johnson County or Floyd, so that's why I'm mainly
Awesome.
like they're top notch hit hotspots. At least, anyways.
So you said was that a big cat? How big was the
Yeah.
Black Panther?
This was like it wasn't like ginormous or anything. Like
Ginormous. Oh my gosh, that's an awesome word.
I mean, it's probably about the same size as making it like a lion or something at the zoo. I mean,
That's pretty big. That's
Ginormous. I love it.
that and people report that these big black cats that are not
not supposed to.
a little abnormal. They're not supposed to exist in North America. At least jaguars can be black, but not the big cats we're supposed to have around here.
Florida
Yeah.
panther can be black. A panther, there's black panthers.
Dark brown, not black.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I've seen some pictures of some panthers in Florida that appeared black in the photo. Just saying.
But the ones that's up here, also the mountain lions we have. My aunt's dog actually got attacked by one, and they couldn't explain that at the vet. No, they're not supposed to exist, but got attacked by one. So
Wow, that
Yeah.
There's a big. It seems like there's a big conspiracy to hide the fact that there are cougars in a lot of states that are not supposed to be there, or that used to be there, and they've replenished. I don't know if it's on purpose to like get the population replenished, and all of a sudden, bam! It's like, well, they're here now. Now we're gonna, protect them or something. I'm not sure what the
like they don't
goal
want
is.
them to go extinct, but they don't want you to fear and quit going to the park with your.
I
kid.
have heard in Michigan that the DNR has actually relocated several of them, even to the lower part of the state, even though they're
Yeah.
not supposed to be here. Have you heard of anything like that in Kentucky?
No, just most of the stuff here is like, oh, they don't exist, or they exist but not here. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, that's awesome.
in the truth, the range of a panther, cougar, mountain lion, whatever, it's hundreds and hundreds of miles. That's the range that they do. So, like, to lock one down is pretty hard because they're always moving. They don't stay in the same place. They just
Yeah.
do their route.
Typically, I mean, I feel like as modern, modern society keeps approaching on lands and stuff, animals are evolving differently. We have animals in like Chicago. We have coyotes in Chicago. In Detroit, there's actually feral packs of pet dogs that have gone loose, become feral, and are interbreeding and making all sorts of breeds. But they're
Yeah.
wild in the city. So
Yeah,
Um,
that happens here.
you guys have a lot of wild dogs.
Yeah. Also with our cats too. Like our cats will breed with bobcats and stuff.
And you gotta wonder, do they interbreed with coyotes? Maybe some are capable of, and I mean, there's something to wonder because they're
Yeah.
all canine.
Actually, we have there was a couple reports of we're getting wolves back in Kentucky. So
Are these like red wolves, or are these actually like gray wolves,
gray
northern
wolves.
style?
Gray
Wow.
wolves. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to probably look it up again, but I'm pretty sure it was gray wolves. A guy shot it, and he thought it was coyote. He's like, "This is a big coyote," and came back. It was a wolf. So
Yeah, I definitely feel that it seems like, anyways, that the population of animals are becoming more and more. I know in our state, Michigan, the number of hunters each and every year is actually going lower. There's not enough younger generation to replace the older generation.
yeah.
So maybe that's a part of it. But have you ever heard about like the moon people or cryptids that were like in caves and stuff
Yeah,
in
I've heard
Kentucky?
of them.
What's your
heard of
opinion
them,
on some of those things and these cave systems down there?
I believe anything's possible, but again, I'm still more of like the skeptic type on a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's not real, but I personally haven't experienced it. So,
Yeah, what a great answer. It's always good to be skeptical and stuff until you actually start seeing stuff. I was like that with Dogman until I seen a wolf run across the road and then all of a sudden stand up on two legs and continue running in the field. So
oh
I know
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out there. Oh yeah, nothing abnormal looking. Just got up and ran on two legs. So
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Let's jump into the UFO stuff. You've seen UFOs. I know I've seen a number of them over the years, but what do you think is going on? Are they alien UFO, U.S.
I
government
think so.
aircraft?
I think it's like history or it's sorry, I'm tongue tied right now. I think it's aliens in my opinion. I mean, could be out there, but personally that's just what I believe.
Shannon,
Because
is
yeah.
it possible we're an alien ant farm that actually we have alien DNA in us? And because millions of years ago, humans as we are known today did not exist. What's your opinion on that?
My
Is there intervention going on with the cryptids and with what we know as human life?
I mean, I personally don't believe that. I mean, I believe they've probably visited before. Like, I'm into the,
Mm-hmm.
like the ancient Egypts, and the like the mines and stuff, the conspiracy stuff about that. I think that's a really big possibility with that, like with the pyramids and all that, and like how they align perfectly to make certain stuff in the sky, and like you know.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
the
you have no
ancient
opinion on
imagery.
where we came from, though.
Like what?
You have no opinion on where we came from. I mean, because we haven't been here as long as the world's been here. I mean, the world's been frozen over multiple times. before
Yeah.
we came here? Are we just a product of evolution and a lightning strike, and or are we a product of creation that something created us? Is what I was kind of trying
That's
to
what
ask.
Chad believes. Chad thinks aliens help create some of us and stuff.
I believe that we are a creation.
So that's kind of where he's getting at, kind of poking the
And
crowd.
when you look at millions and millions of years of evolution and how we are today, and just kind of a belief. Can't prove it, of course, but
Yeah. I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I'm a Christian, so
I
I
know
don't.
we all are actually. Everybody in
Oh,
our group is a Christian.
oh. Well, I believe that like I guess evolution took place up to. Well, I mean, evolution's going on still, but I mean, like I believe we were put down by God, like we were created by God, and then we breeded with like the other hominoids and stuff, like the other human, like cavemen and all that stuff, like the other
All right.
types.
All right, let's switch subjects now. We got a little about 19 minutes left for the hour.
Uh,
Ghosts and stuff. I know you've encountered some ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Activity. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So the activity, well, I mean, my whole family, like, we're all big into it. My sister, she sees stuff all the time. So does my other sister and my aunt. Um, but one of the craziest ones I've had, I mean, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me, like paranormal wise, like ghost. But one of the craziest ones was I saw a white, like it's like a pretty much a big cloud. It wasn't like a form or anything. It was just a cloud slowly going through the house like this. And we was just sitting in the living room talking, and it just floated right in front of us. It kind of looked like I guess smoke, but like a cloud of it just hovering. It was so weird. Like,
It sounds like it. Was it a dark cloud? Was it like a smoky color?
yeah, it was like a smoky color, like a. Have you ever saw like a bubble? Like, do you know how they blow like the smoke into the bubbles and stuff?
Okay, yeah.
But it was kind of like that, but it was like a form of it just slowly moving through the house, and then it just disappeared. That's probably the weirdest thing I've saw. I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff, but just seeing it go through the house like that literally blew my mind.
Would be kind of creepy to see firsthand. I used to be into ghost stuff a lot when I was a kid, but not so much now. But I definitely like hearing about it. And we have a great guy, Ben Rodriguez, who's a ghost hunter who we sometimes joint expeditions. We kind of do the Bigfoot side, and they're doing the paranormal ghost side of the same area. So some of the stuff does happen in the same exact area as Bigfoot. So it's always interesting to hear about it. Have you encountered any ghost stuff in the woods or any type of paranormal stuff?
In the woods,
Yeah, in the
I've
woods
saw
and the research area.
lights. I've
orbs.
saw lights. Yeah,
We run
orbs.
into orbs.
Wow.
We're starting to a lot recently.
What
Yeah,
color and stuff? You want to go through that?
the ones I've saw were kind of like a light blue color, like a
Hmm.
goldish, light bluish color. I don't know exact. That's just what I'll describe it as. Like
Yeah.
a
So
We have no explanation. We run into it here and
we've
there,
seen a few of them actually.
and no explanation. Help us out here, Shannon. Give us a thought at least.
I'm guessing it's just spirits or some kind of manifestation. I mean, nobody's going to actually know
You know.
about any of this. That's why it's all theories, but that's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
that's just my take on it. I guess it's spirits wandering, or maybe demons or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there we don't know, and ancient people, that's why I call it the lost cryptids, is because back then they had names for these things. They knew these
Yeah.
things. It was an everyday thing to a lot of these people. And now there's like modern day, it's fairy tales. It's not real until you actually experience these things, and now you're left wondering, well, what the heck is that? When
Yep.
we used to know those answers. But what was the orb doing? You didn't quite like take us through. Was it like flying through the woods? What was going on with it?
Just hovering, pretty much, going in and out. I've actually saw a lot of them, not just in the woods too, but I've saw them in the house. I've saw them at my grandmother's house, going through the woods on her little. She has like a hill that's next to her house. So I've saw quite a few. I mean, some of them, they vary in colors, but it's mostly like that lighter color is what I've saw. I mean, I've saw black figures too. I guess we'd call them I said shadow figures, but
Yeah.
my hick's coming out.
No,
You're fine.
it takes us through that. What you shadow people? Have you seen them in the woods or in your house?
I've saw them in 3 homes that I've lived in. But the scariest one would be, like the one that terrified me the most was in the house. It's also in Johnson County. Literally everything. But it scared my whole family. We was petrified by this thing. Like I would go. You can just feel them. Like, have you ever came in like contact with any type of spirit or
Yeah.
like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
what?
sometimes
Just that
actually.
heavy feeling, like something staring at you.
Yeah.
It's not always like that. Sometimes it's dread. Sometimes it's like
Yeah,
trying to help you. I've had both feelings. So you're talking like when it's like something bad.
yeah.
Because with my paranormal, I've been alerted right before accidents were going to happen and stuff, and knew right before. And
See,
yeah,
I've only had the dread feeling with the black ones. Like I haven't had any kind of feelings with the other ones. But
Well,
like the black ones in specific is the ones that I've had all of the horrible feelings with.
let me stop you right there. Now you're saying black ones. You're saying other ones. Are they? We talk different colors and stuff. I
Yeah,
think
like
most of them are. Go ahead.
yeah. So the ones this is how I perceive it is the shadow figures or whatever they are. I'm guessing this is just how I see it is probably like the evil entities, and then the lighter color ones are I guess the good ones. I don't know, but
How
that's just
light of a color are we talking about? Are we talking like smoky gray, or are we talking like blues, or
like
like
the
lighter? Yeah.
like orb wise. I've saw
The
the
shadow
most.
figures.
Oh, shadow figures. Most of them have been like black and I guess a darker gray.
Okay.
And my dad's had a lot of like he was smothered and like choked by these things that was in that house. And this
Was
also happened at their house that they're at right now.
was he sleeping? Was it like sleep paralysis type of thing, or was he
No,
awake?
no, and like this thing, it would play. I guess I guess I'd call it peekaboo kind of with my mom. Uh, it would like, so our living room, like our mud room, we call it a mud room. And then the bathroom was right here in the laundry room. So I had a bathroom and laundry room in the same thing. And it would peep its head out behind the little thing that we kept the clothes on. And it would
That's
just
so
look
creepy.
out. Yeah. And then my dad and my mom both had like got attacked by it. So
Wow. That's I woke up with scratches and unexplained stuff like that. I've been
Actually, Blake, I'm
attacked in my sleep,
interested
but
about the attack. What happened to your mom and dad during the attack?
yeah.
like they couldn't, like they was getting smothered. And they saw like a kind of like, I guess it would be a hand or something. I don't know. I'd probably have to ask them again. But to my knowledge, it was a kind of like a hand just wrapped around their throats.
Did they have any
Wow.
physical markings like Blake was talking about that happened to him, where he got
Yeah,
scratches and?
like a red mark, like you could see where the hand was.
Oh, keep thinking, Shannon. Please tell us more.
Um, well, I guess I could go in with mine. I mean, I don't want to go in. I mean, I could go in with more of their stories, but my
Whatever you
sister,
want.
she
Whatever
saw
you want.
stuff. My sister, she saw something that looked exactly like me go up the stairs in the new house that we're in. Well, I moved out, but where they're at. They like,
Yeah.
and then I came out of my parents' bedroom at the time, and she's like, "I just saw you go up the stairs," and I'm like, no, you didn't. And then we was all freaked out. So that was that one time. And then my sister, she saw a lot of stuff. She saw stuff that looks like her husband. I guess it manifests into, that's what I can perceive it as, is something. I'm guessing it's a demon, in my opinion, that takes form of, I guess, other people. That's what I believe it is that's in that place.
Incubus, succubus.
Yeah. Anything
That's
really.
yep. Yeah,
Those
that's
are
why I
demons.
don't
Do that.
mess with ghost stuff anymore.
Yeah.
You just don't
I try
know. I
not
mean,
to.
We can't help it, Blake. With what we do,
sometimes.
we have to go out with our ghost hunters. But we look.
Oh
for
yeah, we do. I
Bigfoot
mean,
when you're on ghost.
being a man of faith, though, I put that first and foremost, and
Yeah.
it's definitely helped in some spots. So, yeah, you know, sometimes you always hear about alien abductions being stopped by praying to Jesus and all
Yeah.
that, which is very unusual. But it's another topic, I guess, for another
Yeah.
day. Um, lizard people and stuff. I know sometimes down south they have reports of just basically a basic lizard person that's walking on two legs. Do you have any reports of that?
Yeah,
Of that
we do
far?
in Kentucky.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about giant salamanders?
Yeah, we have giant salamanders. Like, are you
We have
talking
a
about
friend of
actual?
ours, Ken
Like
Garrett,
5-footers.
like
Yeah,
giant
they're
salamanders
called
that are like 5, 6
they're
foot long.
called hellbenders.
No, not those. These would be
Oh,
a cryptid, actual
oh,
cryptid.
I haven't heard of those, but I'm talking about like the actual. They get so many feet. We have those down here.
Yeah, you guys got like mud puppies, and the name you called, I think, is more of the on the giant side of that species.
Yeah,
Those are pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever checked them out, but they're mud puppies and things like that. They look like salamanders, or some of them look like dragons. You can get pets of them, so they're
yeah,
pretty sweet.
we have them down here,
Will
but
you go
they're
catch me one, Shannon?
actually they're $500 rewards right now if you catch them down
Really?
here. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Okay, I'll
Wow.
give you 600. Go catch me one.
Well, what's the reason for that? Do you know?
Where
invasive?
they're I don't know if they're invasive or not, but in our like our fish wildlife booklet that they send out, they're doing like rewards if you catch them. I guess where I don't know if they're going extinct or just where they're so rare. I don't know. But I know they're doing like I think it's a $500 reward if you catch them.
Maybe they're harvesting the eggs and stuff. That's a possibility. I've watched
Yeah, that
DNR
might be.
do it for fish and stuff, where bring us the fish, we'll pay you this, and they harvest the eggs. So it's a possibility. Just saying.
Maybe.
Wow, giant freaking lizards.
So yeah, talk about the lizard man itself, though. What have you heard in your state?
What I've heard, well, it hasn't been a man. Like, what I've heard is it's its own species, is what I've heard, and it's been towards up in the northern part of Kentucky, is what I've heard. Like on the Ohio line.
Okay,
that's what I've heard.
What's the description of that? You said you're not saying it's man-like. What have you heard? What is it
It's
described
kind of
as?
man, but not like a. Like I've heard it was bipedal and, but it swimmed like in water.
Right. Does it have a tail?
I'm not really sure if it does or not. I mean, I'd assume it does, but everything that I've heard of, you have it. Like they don't, but it's a three-toed.
Okay. Yep.
That's what I've. So.
Wow, it's amazing. Kentucky's a pretty hot state for cryptids, people.
Yeah, we have swamps, we have giant forests, we have pretty much anything you want down here.
Caves.
Like,
lots of them.
We're full of everything, and pretty much anything could survive here if it wanted to.
That's right. Have you ever been in a cave? Do you have any? Yeah. Have you? What's the farthest and stuff? Have you ever been in a cave and stuff? What's that like? And do you have any plans to research caves and stuff? How would you go about that if you did?
Well, whenever we go to Mammoth, like I was saying earlier, for our honeymoon, we plan on going into the caves, like to the Mammoth ones. But the ones that I've been up here, they're not as deep. So are you meaning like actual like how they do at Mammoth Cave, or do you mean like
you're
the ones...
walking through the woods and
just walking into one? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
you crawl in it and it goes into a cave.
Well, the ones in here you don't crawl into. They're actually like big, like hollowed out. I mean, I guess some of them you crawl into, but the ones I have been in, you don't crawl in. They're pretty much hollowed out. I mean, you can go in towards the back, but it's pretty much open wide. Like it has a little, not like
it's not like a cave system that goes into the ground.
It goes into cave systems, but
it's like a commercial cave where they have it designed for tourism for people.
No, it's not like that.
So you can just be in the middle of the woods and come across a cave cavern and go in, and there's a good chance nobody's been in it in months or years.
Yeah, it's probably never been in, like, towards the eastern part where I'm at. We don't do that. Like, we don't explore the caves that much around here. So, I'd say probably not.
Wow. Do the locals? Do you know of any locals that go into the caves that much, or are they kind of just left alone?
All the locals down here don't do stuff like that. They pretty much they hunt and they fish, and then the other ones are just on drugs. I hate to be that way, but that's pretty much how it is.
Well, it's an honest answer.
I like fishing.
Yeah, I love
hunting.
Really good fishing down here and hunting.
I don't kill animals anymore. If I had to, I would. I just don't.
Oh, I like hunting, so I can't say that.
I definitely make sure I eat whatever I kill, and I don't waste it.
Yeah. I like turkey hunting.
Yeah, so don't be messing with you out in the woods then. Do you think Sasquatch are living in these caves and come out in Kentucky, or do they like sleep on the ground? Where do you
I
think
think
that they're?
so. I think it's both. Cause my dad, we've came across big nests that's down here, and these nests are like, it's not like a bird nest or anything, but it's like a kind of like a big old,
Hang on,
not
I
like a
got
haystack, but I don't know how to describe them. It's kind of like a haystack, but not. It's just like a bunch of trees shaped in a big pile.
Wow, that's interesting. And was it like something you could like crawl into, or?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably crawl into it
But it
if
was
you
definitely
wanted
like a
to.
nest. You think
Yeah,
a nest? Like, wow.
yeah. They're all over in the like eastern part that's towards I think West Virginia. Like,
Have you documented any of these things or any footprints? Do you have
yeah, I have pictures of footprints and stuff. But on my other phone, I have the ones that I found recently, but I don't have all my old ones, which sucks.
yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely I would recommend getting those onto like a YouTube or something and their
Yeah.
other stuff. I had that happen too. I had all my stuff on the phone and it got water damage and it was like I had to start all over, and that's
Yep.
when I started my YouTube actually. And future plans for your research group. What is the future plans for the rest of this year, and what's your kind of goals for next year? What would you like to happen?
For this year, my goal is to uh just make the group larger. We have over 2,000 some members right now. So, just get more information out, tell people what we're doing. And then I'm thinking towards the end of this year, maybe the middle, and hopefully by next year, have our like our meeting and maybe the conference.
Fantastic. Definitely look forward for that and see the progress that you're making. And I highly recommend everyone go to the Facebook group and find the Eastern Kentucky Bigfoot Research Team Facebook group. Join up and help support her, Shannon, because I know you're probably going to go pretty far and stuff. You keep at it and stuff. I've been in the group for a while, and it's a good group. And yeah, so definitely check her out. Check the group out on there. Anything else you want to plug? It's been about an hour and stuff. I don't know how long you can stay or you have and stuff.
Oh, I got as long. I don't care.
Oh, we got a 5-hour show coming.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I would love to be on more. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna have to have you on again. But I do have to run and actually drive and go to the store real quick.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunate. But
Shit.
definitely would have you on another show.
Sorry, Blake.
No, damn it, Chad. You messed it all up. You messed it up. What were you gonna say?
Shannon, you are really cool. And
Thank you.
love the fact, what people don't realize is how many females there are actually out there in the field. And I think it's incredible, and I think the things you're doing are great. And I love your optimism, and I especially love your train of thought when you look at evidence. So really, you've been awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry. I had to. Come on, Blake. You know how I am.
I know I'm picking on you. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the show. It's been awesome. We'll definitely have her back on, and you definitely will be seeing more from us soon. I'm going to be pumping out some videos soon. We're going to have some more guests on. We're going to talk about the Florida expedition a little bit more. Hopefully have some evidence, a little bit of sneak peek evidence that we'll show you that we got. And we have a Bigfoot conference coming up that July 17th. I knew that was coming. That we definitely want you guys to come. You can find it at the Michigan Bigfoot Conference.org, I believe. We've definitely put a link in the description.
MichiganBigfootConference.com, I think.
.com. Okay. Check us out. We have a bunch of speakers. We got Cliff Barackman, Igor Borisov. We have Ken Gerhard, Robert Kreider.
Adam Davies.
Let me just
Janice Carter, Miranda Young,
This one.
Jason Kenzie. We got Val Zavala, Robert Daigle, the godfather of Michigan Bigfoot, Bob
Yep.
Daigle, Shaitan Noor, the Michigan monster researcher and the editor for Sasquatch GQ magazine. We got Steve Ward, the Mothman guy. Okay, we got Rob McCrae, who is close with Janice and Igor, and with their woo stories, we'll just call it what it is, and with their ability to mind speak, we'll call it what it is. That's not what we ever get or what we do, but they're very kind people. We like them, and they're here.
Yeah, that's right, guys. So check us out. Check out everyone. It's going to be a fantastic event. We're going to have a woo room that's dedicated to the paranormal experiences associated with Bigfoot and the areas, because they are happening in the same areas, sometimes in conjunction with a sighting or activity. So we definitely want to have some discussions and engagements, and maybe try to come up with some new theories, conclusions, and network, of course. So make sure you guys check that out. Try to come. It's going to be in Ann Arbor, and it's going to be coming up soon. So you don't want to miss all the great speakers you can talk to.
Well, between 9 a.m. and 11 p.m., and we don't really want a speaker going over an hour, you're going to have all day. You can have whatever speakers on that list. After they speak, they're there for you, one-on-one.
Yeah, we got it's an all-day event. We got catering there, great food. We're gonna actually got a few surprises towards the end of the stuff when we're not speaking and stuff, so we'll be able to enjoy everyone. And a few select people will be lucky enough to go out in the woods with us, myself personally, and take you out to some local spots.
Us. Lucky me, I get to go out in the woods.
If there's enough people, yeah, you'll have to lead some people. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're excited, guys. So thank you again, Shannon, for coming on. We really appreciate it, and we hope the best in your endeavors, in your research. So without further ado, guys, we'll see you next time.